Welcome to Budget Beauty, where I help you look flawless for less. Welcome back, and a very special welcome if you're new here. My name is Jen, and this is Budget Beauty. We do everything beauty on a budget, and that includes testing out reviews, tutorials, and first impressions of brand new palettes. Now, today's palette I couldn't be more excited about because it actually is from my all-time favorite indie brand, Unearthly Cosmetics, and this is the brand new Don't Be Jelly palette. Now, Unearthly released a Don't Be Jelly palette a while ago that was all shimmer shades. So no match, just all special shades. I did not purchase that palette because, like I say, I don't reach for all shimmer palettes very often. But when she re-released this Don't Be Jelly palette, full of not only amazing special shades, but mattes as well, I immediately had to pick it up. I am going to go ahead and insert some footage here of the actual packaging that the palette came in. It was absolute perfection. The palette itself, it does have a mirror inside. The color story is absolutely beautiful. We have some neutrals, we have purples, blues, greens. We have a lot of mid-tone shades, some deeper shades, and these multi-chromes and duochromes in this palette are stunning. The swatches I did both on my camera and on my phone, so you could see a little bit more of the shift in the palette. But like I said, as soon as I saw that this was being released with mattes and shimmers, and we know Unearthly is my favorite indie brand, I had to pick it up. And I have been dying to put this on my eyes. So today we are going to do a tutorial, first impression and review of the Don't Be Jelly palette. So if you're excited, give this video a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not, because I upload lots and lots of new videos every single week. Check out the description box where I will link Unearthly Cosmetics website, the Don't Be Jelly palette, a discount code for you, all of the other makeup that I'm wearing today if you want to recreate this whole look, my favorite beauty subscription boxes, and come follow me on TikTok for a little bit more beauty on a budget. I cannot wait to put this on my eyes, so let me zoom you in and let's do an eye look with Unearthly Cosmetics Don't Be Jelly. I already primed my eyes with my MAC Paint Pot in Painterly. I will, of course, link that paint pot down below for you. It's my go-to eyeshadow primer. I love it. Keeps my shadow on all day long. And now I have to just determine what type of look I want to do today. I have not chosen my outfit. I actually am in my workout clothes because I just got home from boot camp, my workout in the morning. I think I'm going to start with this mint green matte called Seafoam down in the corner. And I'm going to use that as my transition shade. That is so pretty and very pigmented for a pastel matte. No surprise though, because Unearthly's matte formula is just as amazing as their shimmer formula. So I'm going to just buff this into the crease, a little bit above the crease, using that windshield wiper motion. And again, this is going to be my transition shade. And I'm using this beautiful purple matte here called Sea Star. I'm going to focus that on the crease itself just to deepen that up. And actually I am using the Unearthly Cosmetics eyeshadow brushes, which I really love. This purple is pretty. Purples are hard. I always say that. They're really, really hard to formulate. They usually become pretty patchy. This one, not at all. It's blending out beautifully. And again, I'm just focusing that on the crease itself to add that little bit of depth, but I still want that seafoam green kind of poking out at the top. That actually applied absolutely beautifully. And going quickly back into Seafoam, which is that green we used in the crease, I'm going to use that to just kind of blend and buff everything out just so that it's a little bit more seamless. To deepen up my outer corner, I have to use this shade Sea Urchin. It is this kind of deep raisin colored shade. It's giving me purple, it's giving me neutral. I'm really excited to see this on the eye. Okay, that is so pretty. It is really kind of a deep plum purple. Wow, that is a fun color. Definitely unique. And it's not super purple where it could actually be used as more of a neutral shade. You could actually pair Sea Urchin with this shade here, Coral, and do kind of a really pretty neutral look. I'm going to pick up that same fluffy brush that I applied the crease shades, and I'm just going to buff. I want to just make sure that that deep outer corner shade Sea Urchin just blends beautifully in with the rest of the mattes. Absolutely beautiful. I mean, absolutely beautiful. As always, I'm going to go in with my NYX glitter primer, pop a little bit of that onto my lids. That way my shimmer stays all day, doesn't crease, and I really get the true color because these multi-chromes and duochromes from Unearthly, I absolutely love their formula and I need this to stay all day. Now, you know I like to show you different techniques on applying shimmers. I like to use my finger and I also like to use a brush. So we're going to go ahead and start with my finger, and I'm going to go into this shade here called Sea Space. Look at that. It's kind of a blue purple shift. I want a little bit of blue because I'm going to pop some blue on my lower lash line, and I'm going to focus this on the outer 2/3 of my lid. Wow, that is so pretty. It's so funny because it's so purple in the pan, but then when you go to apply it to the eye, it has that shift of blue to purple. So pretty. I mean, just absolute beautiful formula, perfection with application, and it's just so unique. I just love Unearthly's shimmers because they're all so unique, especially when they rock these multi-chromes and duochromes. I'm absolutely loving that. Now I'm going to pick up the shade Aquatic, which looks like it shifts from white to lavender to pink. Picking that up on a brush because we want to test out the shimmer formula with the brush. I'm going to put that on the inner portion of my lid. Oh wow, this is so pretty. Look at that. It is like a blue, pink, purple shift, and it's going on really easily with a brush, which is pretty similar, which is typical of Unearthly. Really, their application can be done in any way, finger or brush, and you get just a beautiful, beautiful application and just really opaque payoff. For a little bit of an inner corner highlight, I have to use this white to pink shifty shade called Salty, and I'm going to tap that on the inner corner. That even has like a little bit of a green blue shift, which is so beautiful with the mattes in this palette. Isn't that so pretty? Let me clean this brush off really quickly and then let's go ahead and do the lower lash line. Like I said, I want to pop in some blue. So I'm going to pick up the shade Lagoon, which is the blue matte in the palette, and I'm going to buff that on the lower lash line. That is a really pretty blue. It's kind of a cobalt blue, but gives you a little bit of those ocean vibes too. Really, really, really pretty. And then for fun, let's go into this shimmer shade called Luminescence, which is another one of the multi-chromes in the palette. It looks like pink, blue, purple shift, and I'm going to buff that on the lower lash line as well. That was the perfect choice. It definitely brightened up that lower lash line, gave it a little bit of oomph. Oh my gosh, I love this look. Let me do one quick blend, no added shadow to the brush. Just kind of blend everything. I absolutely love it. It's shifty, it's pretty. I love it. Let me go ahead and put on some liner, mascara, do my hair, get dressed for the day. I'll be back to show you the finished look and we'll go over my thoughts on the Unearthly Don't Be Jelly palette. All right, I am ready for the day and I'm ready to give you my thoughts on the Unearthly Cosmetics Don't Be Jelly palette. Honestly, I'm obsessed with this palette. I think it is absolutely beautiful. I used quite a few shades in here. I really want to next time dig into more of the greens in the palette. I love that I was able to pop a little bit of blue on the lower lash line. It's stunning. These shimmer shades are beautiful. They are soft, silky, glimmery, shimmery, sea from space. The mattes blended beautifully, including the purples, which are, like I said, really, really hard to formulate. I like the size of the palette, the artwork, just everything about the palette is so absolutely beautiful. So I can't recommend this enough. If this is a color story you're interested in, if you've never tried Unearthly Cosmetics, this would be a great palette to start with because you are getting their amazing mattes and some of their really fun special shades. So yeah, I'm really happy that that I picked this up. I know that I will get a lot of use out of it. And then really quickly on a side note, like I mentioned, all of the other makeup that I'm wearing today is linked down below, but I am wearing the Unearthly Gloss in Glint, which is a purple gloss, but you can see that it's just a subtle purple gloss. It just adds that little bit of purple shimmer. These two together is perfection. So again, all of the makeup that I'm wearing will be linked down below, along with the Don't Be Jelly palette, all of my favorite beauty boxes, and of course, come follow me on TikTok for a little bit more beauty on a budget. Once again, Unearthly knocked it out of the park.